Hey guys, and welcome to episode I think 12 of my makeup declutter series. Today, as you can see, it is part of my eyeshadow palettes. This is actually half of them or something like that. These are like the smaller ones, even though I know these are pretty big, but I mean these are not like the 35 single shadows looking palettes. I don't know if you know what I mean, but you know, like those like big Morphe palettes, things like that. These are like the smaller ones, quote unquote. So this is going to be pretty tough. I have, I think, 70 something eyeshadow palettes. That's including like little quads and things like that. But we're not going to be decluttering quads because we already did that. So this is part one. Again, part two will be coming up next week. But if you want to see what I'm keeping or giving away from these, then just keep on watching. And we are doing this part first, and then I'll move the camera and we're gonna do this part, which I'm pretty sure you can't see it right now, but we're gonna go there later. So yeah, just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm already pretty nervous because I'm looking at the palettes and I know that I want to keep most of them. I know that much, but I do know that there's some in here that I haven't even touched, and I know that I want to get rid of those, not because I don't like them or anything like that, but because they're new. I keep getting makeup like so often, and since they're new, I haven't touched them, then there's a possibility that I just may not even like reach for them that often. So because of that, I just like rather give them away now while they're still new, before I like touch them and then they're used. And then if I do give them away, then it's like a used palette. And then if they are new, I can even like give them to some of you guys. So anyway, let's just get into these. Let's start over here with my Naked palettes from Urban Decay. I have 4 of them. I have the Naked 1, the Naked 3, the Naked Smoky, and the Naked Heat palette. So I'm already going to tell you that I'm keeping all 4 of these, and I know that that's a little bit ridiculous, and I know that I don't need all 4, especially since these are like pretty neutral. Most of them are pretty neutral. I would say all of them are pretty neutral, except they have like variations. Like this is more brown, more pink, more blacks and grays, and then this is more like reddish tones, but I am keeping all of them. And the reason behind that is because 1, I really do like them, and 2, the Naked palette was my first high-end purchase. Not this one, but like one that I had before this one. It was my very first like expensive makeup purchase, and so because of that, it's like pretty special to me. And then this Naked Heat was given to me in PR when I went to like an event, and I don't know, it's too special to me because it was like one of the first things that I got in PR that's like expensive, you know what I mean? So because of that, I just want to keep them, and I do like them and I do use them here and there, so I just want to keep them. So these 4 are staying. Then here we have 2 of the Lorac Pro palettes. These are 1 and 2, I believe. So I don't use these often on myself, but I do love these palettes, and you can see that they are pretty used. Let me open this one. And even though I don't use them on myself that much, I do use them a lot for freelancing. So for freelancing, I actually take these 2 and then the 2 Mega Pro palettes also from Lorac, and I always find that they have like the right amount of neutrals. They have like cool tones, warm tones, they have like pops of color here and there, they have like a ton of like metallic sheen satin looking shadows, and because of that, they're really appropriate to like use on different people. So I love all 4 of these for freelance, and because of that, I am keeping them. And these palettes are so underrated. They are so good. They blend out so easily. They're so beautiful. So I am keeping these 2. Next, we have my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palettes. So I have, again, I think 1 and 2, which is the original chocolate, this one, and then the semi-sweet chocolate. I never got like the bonbons and the chocolate gold or anything like that. So I do like these palettes. I hope that you can see them right there. I do like them, but I don't use them that often. So I'm a little torn with these, but looking at the shadows, I think that I do like the shades in this one more. So I think I'm going to, just so somebody else can enjoy it, I think I'm going to get rid of this one. They are pretty good palettes, but again, this is a declutter. I'm trying to get rid of things, you know what I mean? So I'm going to keep only this one and then give this one away. Then down here, I have my Coast to Scent Reveal palettes 1 and 2. Can you tell that I kind of enjoy, or actually used to enjoy, like collecting palettes that are like in theme. I don't know how to say that, but I have here 1 and 2, and again, these palettes are pretty good, and you do get a ton of shadows in here. So these are supposed to be like dupes or imitation for the Urban Decay Naked palettes, but these have more than the Urban Decay ones. They have double the amount of shadows, and these are pretty good, and I did enjoy them for a while, but I think I'm ready to give them up now. I just have so many other things that are super similar to this, especially these like cranberry rosy tones. I have a lot of that, so I think that somebody else can just enjoy these more than me, so I'll give them away. And down here I have the Stila in the Lights palette. So this palette again is super underrated, even though I think this was limited edition. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know that they still have this for sale, but I do enjoy this palette so much. And on top of that, it was a gift from my sister, and it was something that I would have never bought myself, but when she gave it to me, I immediately fell in love with it. It is so beautiful. The shades in here are gorgeous. They blend out so pretty, and I do love this, so I'm keeping this one. Moving on, I have in here the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, and it's a little stained. I'm not sure what happened to it, but I love this palette so much. The shades in here are just beautiful. They perform just amazing. They blend out like a dream, and I love the shades. Did I say that? And it's actually the only ABH shadow palette that I own, even though I have been so tempted to buy more of the ones that they have, but I have been kind of like in a no buy unintentional mood. Yeah, that's another story, but anyway, I am keeping this one because I do love it. Their shadows are amazing, so keeping it. So here I have 3 more of the Urban Decay shadow palettes, and let's just open all of them at the same time. So here I have these, what is this called? The Moon Dust palette, which is basically just like a lot of shimmers. Then here I have the Smoked palette, and here I have the Electric palette. So I am keeping all 3 of these, and I know that this one looks very similar, or you would think that it's very similar to the Naked Smoky or Smoked palette, but this one actually has these like beautiful jewel tones down here, which I really love. And on top of that, it was also a gift, so I am keeping this one because of that. This one I use all the time. Whenever I want like vibrant shades, I always reach for this one, and then again whenever I want like shimmers or glitters, I always use this one. It is very pretty. So these 2 are not palettes that you would see me like do a whole look with, but they are palettes that I always go to complement like other palettes or other looks. So I'm keeping all 3 of these. Here I have this Narcissist eyeshadow palette, and this is what that looks like. The shades in here are beautiful, and this palette cost me an arm and a leg, but I have to say I do not use it that often, so I will be getting rid of it. And there's actually been a theme with me with a NARS palette. I used to have one that was like a little quad, and then it also included a blush and a bronzer, and I actually gave that one up a while back. So I don't know what it is with NARS palettes with me, but I always like want to splurge on them, and then I actually end up giving them away or something like that. So I don't know what's happening, but the point is that I will be giving this one away. It pains me because I paid so much money for it, but I just don't use it, and it's just there collecting dust, so I'll just give it away. So down here I have my 2 Tartelette palettes. I have the original and then the In Bloom palettes, and this is what they look like. I'm trying to not like put the mirror facing me so you can't like see my face, but this is what those look like. And I do love both of these palettes, but I have to say the In Bloom is one of my all-time favorite shadow palettes, and I use that all the time. I also love to travel with it. So, and then this one here is just too neutral and too similar to other ones. It also has these like plummy shades over here, which I don't tend to reach for, and then all the other ones just look pretty similar to like even ones that are here or in other palettes. So because of that, I'm actually going to be giving this one away, and then I'm going to keep this one because I love it so much. Okay, so here I have my sleek makeup palettes, and I already opened all of them so you could just look at them directly. So starting with this one here, this one has really fun colorful shades, and I am going to keep it because of that. It's kind of similar to the electric palette from Urban Decay, the way that it's like all colorful shadows. But the shades here are different. Like even the pink one is similar, but the one in the UD palette has a little bit of shimmer. This one doesn't. The blue one in the UD is way brighter than this. There's no orange in the UD, and you get the point. But because of that, I am keeping this one. This is the Ultra Matte V1, by the way. And then these three are the Arabian Nights palette. I think this is the also special palette. And then this one is the V2 Matte palette, and I am going to give these three away because I have shades like these in other palettes that are super similar, and also because these are smaller, I kind of tend to overlook them. They're also black and they kind of like hide in the corner. I don't know what it is. And then on top of that, they are impossible to open, so I'm just going to keep the colorful one because I do really use it. And then these three I'll just give away. Okay, so moving on to this last group of palettes. First we have in here the Tarte, what is this called, Rainforest of the Sea 2 palettes, and I love this so much. I have talked about this one so much before. I know that it looks super basic and super neutral, but I love the way that these perform, and I also like how like small and compact it is, so I am keeping this one. Then here I have these two. This one is from Winky Lux, and this one is from Studio Makeup, I think is the brand. These two, along with these two, are palettes that I have gotten in Boxy Charms, and I have tried these two. They're super similar, aren't they? But they're completely different brands. I have tried these two and I did enjoy them, but truth be told, this one doesn't look that special to me. Like the only interesting thing in here would be like the green. I think this is a duochrome, so it's kind of pretty, but again, it just, I don't know, it's like not that special to me, so I think I'll just give it away. I did use it one time. Also the same with this one, I used it once and then never again, so I think I'm just going to give them away. And then here, these two other ones also I got from BoxyCharm. This one is from Real Her. I know that there were like 3 variations. I got the second one, which is actually the one I wanted when I saw the pictures. This one is all neutral and I have not even touched it. Same with this one, it is a brand new. I have not used it. This is what that one looks like. It's like all metallic shadows. By the way, this one is from Crown Brush and it is the Glam Metals palette. And I have to say, these are beautiful metallic shades, but I have other ones that look like this. And because there's like no matte shades in here, it's not a palette. I just know myself, and it's not a palette that I'm going to be reaching for. So I'm going to give it away. And it is brand new, so it may go to one of you guys. And then going back to this one, this has beautiful shades, and I'm so torn with this one. I don't know whether I should keep it or give it away. The shades in here are beautiful, and I know that I'm going to enjoy them. But then again, I have so many palettes with shades like this, so I just don't know what to do. Like I really, you know, the makeup junkie in me wants to keep it and use it, but then the more sensible grown-up in me is telling me just give it away, you have so many other ones. So I'm going to do the wise thing and then just give it away, which pains me, but I'm going to give it away. Then here I have these 3 palettes from BH Cosmetics. These are their baked eyeshadow palettes. So I have Wild and Free, Wild at Heart, and Wild Child. These are gorgeous metallic looking baked shadows. As you can see right here, they are just beautiful. But again, because there's like no neutral shadows in any of them, I just tend to overlook them and then not reach for them. So I'm just going to get rid of them, which again pains me because these are just gorgeous. And like, look at this, look, they're so pretty, but there's just no reason to keep them, so giving them away. Okay, so we are almost done right now. We're down to all of my ColourPop palettes, and then these 2 right here. This one is from Blink, and it is their Electric Eyes palette, and it's just basically a bunch of like metallic shadows, which are super pretty. But guess what? I'm going to give it away. There's just no reason to keep it, and because it's so small, I just like it gets lost in the drawer, so there's just no reason. And then this one here is from Ciate and Olivia Palermo, and this was actually sent to me and it came broken. These two shadows here were completely shattered, and if it was something that I purchased with my own money, I would have returned it, but because it was just given to me, then I just fixed them. But since then I just haven't even touched it, and there's just like no brown shadow in here to like blend out a crease or anything like that. So I don't know, I've been torn with this palette because it is pretty, but I just don't know what to do about this one, to be completely honest. You know what, I think I may actually keep this one because I don't want to give it away and then have someone think that I'm giving it away because it's broken, you know what I mean? So I think I might as well keep it, and then if I don't like it, I'll eventually just like throw it out. And then lastly, all of my ColourPop babies are in here. You guys have seen all of these in my videos, except this one. This one I got recently in my May Boxy Charm, or was it the month before? It was one of those, but it was my most recent ColourPop palette. And if you know me, you already know that all of these are staying with me. I love them so much. I love how they perform. I love their packaging. I love how inexpensive they are, and I love them so much. This just shows you how much I really love ColourPop, because I'm not getting rid of these. I have yet to be disappointed by any of these palettes. There are some palettes on their website that have not impressed me, and I just haven't bought them because that's the smart thing to do. So all the ones I have, I know that I truly enjoy. The packaging on this one is like my least favorite thing, but once I started using it, I just loved them. So I would have given this one away if I didn't like the inside, but because I don't like the outside. But I do like the inside, so I'm keeping all of these. These are my, I love them so much. My favorites are this one, the Femme Rosa, which is unfortunately no longer being sold. Their holiday palette, All I See Is Magic, Dream Street, and I think this one. I think those are my favorites, which is the Yes Please, by the way. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just put these in my keep pile because I love them. Okay guys, so here is the result of my first part of my eyeshadow makeup declutter, or eyeshadow palettes. So there are 39 palettes in here in total. These are the ones that I'm keeping on this side, and these are the ones that I'm giving away. There are 23 on this side, and there are 16 palettes on this side, which is way more than I thought I would be giving up. I thought I was going to give up like 5 and then that would be it, but that makes the ones that I'm getting rid of 32.76% of this first part of the collection, which I'm super proud of, and I am very happy I did this. I really needed to just declutter, which is what I've been doing, but I'm very excited for this. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate it so much, and it means a lot to me, and it helps me and it helps my channel. So again, thank you so much, and yeah, give this video a thumbs up. And this is what I'm keeping, this right here. All right, bye.